In the United States, the numbers are often surprising because these deaths are frequently silent. They are usually reported as poverty on a death certificate, but rather as the medical conditions like heart disease or stroke that poverty makes inevitable. Based on the most recent data and studies from late 2025 and early 2026, here is the daily breakdown for the U.S. daily mortality. Estimates the breakdown, poverty as a killer. A landmark study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association and reaffirmed in 2025 identified poverty as the fourth leading cause of death in the U.S. It kills more people daily than homicide, firearms, and diabetes. Long-term cumulative poverty? This refers to people who have lived in poverty for 10+ years. It is linked to roughly 800 deaths per day. Starvation and malnutrition. Actual starvation is rare in the U.S. compared to global figures, but malnutrition is surging. Deaths from malnutrition have more than doubled since 2018. The elderly are the hardest hit. Americans 85 and older die of malnutrition at 60 times the rate of the general population. In 2026, reports indicate that malnutrition is often a byproduct of neglect in long-term care facilities, or the inability of the elderly to afford both rising rent and nutritious food. Exposure and homelessness. Tracking the elements is difficult, because many jurisdictions do UN-specifically categorize a death as hypothermia, or heat stroke if the person also had an underlying condition. Conservative estimates suggest at least 20 people die daily while experiencing homelessness. In specific cities like Denver or Portland, reports from late 2025 showed that while overdose is a primary driver, exposure death from cold or heat remains a persistent threat for those without a protective factor like a home. Neglect. This is often seen in the excess mortality of vulnerable populations. For example, people in the lowest income brackets have a 2.5 times higher risk of premature death compared to those who have never been impoverished, largely due to the neglect of preventative healthcare and environmental safety. The reality of the pursuit of happiness, to your point about the motto being a joke. These statistics highlight a stark reality. Poverty in the U.S. kills 10 times more people than homicides do, yet it rarely receives the same level of public urgency or policy response. Would you like to look into how these numbers compare to specific states or cities? Or perhaps how these silent causes are being addressed in 2026?